Hello and welcome to No Man's Sky, everybody. ElanPaul here with your abandoned no starter ship challenge to the center of the galaxy. Yeah, it's a mouthful, I know. Listen, we are proceeding along. This is probably going to be the last episode, I'm thinking, at this point. If we go to our catalog and we go to this area here, go to survival milestones, you'll see that we are currently at 86,000 steps. In the last episode, we put on about 10,000 steps. We're going to try to get the last of this done. And will it spill into another episode? No, it'll probably just make this one a little longer. We are looking for a ship. We haven't found any. I don't know what else to do here. So we're just going to continue on and hope for the best. So we're taking off from this particular archive that we're at. We're heading in a southerly direction. I'm going to look around real quick and see if I see any buildings. We have an unknown building there. That's good. We'll check that out. I'm going to take a look around because everybody, goes crazy. It's like, unknown building, let's go head towards it. Well, if you don't take a look around, you're going to miss something. So let's make sure we didn't miss something here. All right, I think we're good. Now, like I keep saying, ships that is crash ships, tend to frequent these areas. So sometimes we get fortunate. Maybe there's a crash ship nearby. Almost like they were coming in for a landing and they miscalculated and crash. That's the end of it all. But for all I know, it's a beacon, so. It is another building. I will check this building out because maybe there's some technology. I can probably get a level 3 Atlas pass at this point. And that's probably all we're going to do here, so. Let me see here. I think I need any of those things. In we go. Okay. Check the terminal out because, you're going to get free nanites from this. I'm not going to worry about the information in this. It's not important. Got some nanites. 100 of them. That's pretty good. Alright, so we've used up some stuff in our inventory. That's good. None of that is useful to me at the moment. Navigation data. Okay, what do you get? Projectile ammunition that I can't use since I don't have a weapon. It also gave us ammunition. I don't need that. Any of these things have anything we can learn a word? Okay, you've got an is. Down here, looks like we get some credits and stuff. What milestone did we accomplish? 10 words, okay. Some sodium, that's always handy. Some broken machinery. Let me just get to the credits. It's not much usually, Ignition that I don't need. Damaged machinery, what do we got? Yeah, it's okay. So we're up to what? 8,200 nanites. Okay, so next time we need life support, we're going to use up this gel. And we're going to keep the warp cell because that's actually pretty good to have one of those. Alright. Nothing much else to find here. West, south. Okay, where we got out there? Let's check. Cargo drop. That's not useful to me. Damaged machinery. We just checked. Cargo drop. Okay, anything behind me just in case? No. Alright. South it is. Let's go. So onward. We're going to be using our jetpack quite a bit, so we know we've gone probably, if we kept to just running, we probably went a lot more steps than it's being recorded right now because of the fact that our jetpack has got a little bit of a boost to it. We got a B-class upgrade for our jetpack. That's something. Take a look real quick. And that's too far out to my one side to worry. So we just head south and keep going. Okay. like I said, it's actually kind of nice to have the animals. I know that the animals were in Abandoned Universe, so that doesn't surprise me. They were there last time because I found all of them. So I know some folks mentioned that, you know, well, why don't you have the animals? It's like, well, yeah, you do have the animals. You should have seen them. I've seen them. Oh, you all have seen them, so kind of a thing to mention. Okay, get a little further, and then we're going to take another look around. Alright, let's take a peek, see what we have. Okay, nothing here. Cargo drop. Broken machinery in that direction, but I'm not going there. Yeah, we're walking. We're walking. Walking and talking. This will give us a good boost to our distance. There we go. Plants showed up. Looks like we have nothing else, though. Okay. Ow. I really think that we... It's weird. It's almost like I ran into something. I really think we should have run into a ship by now. Okay. Any ship would have done. Here, if it was a hauler, it really doesn't make a difference. This isn't Stranded Run, so it doesn't make a difference what ship we find. But it's just really odd that we haven't found one yet.
Radiation protection.
So again, I'm wondering if crashed ships are only showing up via this means, finding them through tracking. You can find them, you know, visually, but you have to be looking for them. So, cache, that is in my direction. I'll go ahead and hit it up. In other words, you have to be in a spot where you can see them without actually, you know, getting a marker indicating that, hey, there's something over there. You have to be able to just stumble across it, see it from a distance. If that's the case, if that's what we learn to be the case, then this changes things. What we'll have to do is when we do the nostartership challenges, we're going to start doing it in such a way that we have to get up to high locations and start looking out from a distance and seeing if we can find them. Oh my gosh, I got a radiation protection. Alright, let me get up this slope here because it's annoying. Ugh. I don't know why it doesn't let me do that. Radiation protection. Fantastic, and as you can see, it's climbing. Alright, so once we run out of batteries, we'll just get some uranium, and that'll be what we use. Alright, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Right. That's also a good thing. That frees up an extra spot in their inventory. Beautiful. Okay, very, very happy now. Wish we had that at the very beginning, but that's okay. We're heading east instead of south. That's a problem. Hold on, let me get up here. Machinery, cargo. Probably hit that broken machinery in the way. That is a comm ball. Trade terminal. We don't need anything from there, so I'm going to carry past it, and we're going to head south, so we'll be still in the ley line area. The Starship launch fuel. We now have 12 Starship 11 Starship launch fuels. So that's wonderful. No ship to put it in. Just means I can land at a dozen different planets. I wonder to myself, do I really need all that too? You know, honestly, that's actually in my direction. Let's go ahead and hit that one. One would suffice, to be honest with you. Because we're not going to be landing at a ton of different planets. Mostly what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be getting to the center of the galaxy as quickly as we can at that point. Looks like we got an exosuit expansion. Okay, so next drop pod we hit could come in very, very handy. Buried cache straight ahead. Looking for buildings, though. Or anything, really. Okay, problem is our inventory's full. Alright, so the next one to go is going to be the shield. Get rid of that. Oh, we don't need these anymore. That's right. Okay. Sentinel boundary map. I don't know if it'll come in handy. Yeah, useless to me right now. So I am going to get rid of it. It's useless. Yeah, it's a rare item. And the last one I used, you sent me to a different planet. So, without a ship, which is brilliant. Cache to my left. I'm not as concerned about getting them right now because I think we're in good shape. Okay. Let's use the blue flower to get me some distance away. Excellent. Alright. Buried cache right in front of me, but we also got a building, supposedly. Can we see it from here? Apparently not, strangely enough. Buried cache is over here. Yeah, I got two right in a row. Alright, let's grab them. You never know. It'd be an S-class radiation protection. Looks like my radiation protection's starting to drop. Should be right here. Oh, another exosuit expansion slot. Excellent. So we can get 3 at wherever place we end up at. And there's another one right here. Let's check it out. Got it. Looks like nanites that time. Okay, building is relic. Or what do we call these things? Plaque. Plaque, that's right. Alright, got a plaque again. Lots of plaques. And a whole bunch of them. No more buildings, huh? All right, south we go. So now what we're going to try to do with our hazard protection is we're going to be, radiation protection, we're going to be using 1 battery at a time. That'll get us up to about 83%. And from there, we can, as we use it all up, we'll look for some uranium. And we'll replace batteries with uranium. Very cash, straight ahead. Let's grab it. Okay. Think, oh, at 300, 299 of sodium, so that's great. So we don't need to put any more sodium in our suit. Fantastic. Broken machinery over here, damaged machinery as it's called. I'm doing on oxygen. 300 solid. Okay. That gave us 47 silver, kind of useless to us. Starship launch fuel. We are now full of launch fuel. 12 with 12. Any more we get after this is superfluous. Actually, it's all superfluous, to be honest with you. We should just delete at that point. Should probably delete some of it now already. Oh, I thought there was something here. Okay, well, no big deal. Let's go on. Damaged machinery straight ahead. Grab that. It's in my path. I don't really need to deviate. Okay. Right there. Nanites. Big surprise. Minor settlement 3 hours. That's how much closer we've got. How far away is the ship now? Still 8 hours. Portal. Cargo. Nothing this way. Okay, moving on. Okay, radiation protection is getting to a critical point, so go in our inventory. One battery. 83%. We are protected. You know, we can probably get an exosuit expansion slot out, which will be another one. These guys don't like it, though. He'll call in his friends in a minute. Oh, a chart. That's right, we get a chart out of it, not a slot. You know, we can do that. We can do that. Hold on. Artifact chart. Oh, well, let's do it. Let's see what we find. Oh, that's nice. Ancient ruin site. Looks like it's to my east, though. And very far away. Back the way I came, basically. 6 hours away. Ship, 7 hours. Fascinating. Okay, let's do the next one. Really? Can't do it, huh? Alright. Well, so be it. We can just get rid of them. They're worth some money, but we're going to end up probably getting rid of them at some point. I didn't like him anyway. That is an unknown building. I will check said unknown building and see what we find. Bear with me just a second. Sorry, that is messages coming through. A lot of people are starting to stream at the time that I'm doing this. So these weird pauses that you see happen like that are mostly me getting messages from the blue. Weird messages that just pop in, and it's like, okay, what is going on here? My phone is blowing up, and it wasn't anything special in this case. So we get to the top of the hours or bottom of the hours, as the case may be. What it turns out is you get a lot of people start streaming and things like that, and since I have notifications on in certain people, I'll get messages over and over and over again. So I have to answer them and get them off my screen, or else they'll keep reminding me. So there we are. Now you know what that was about. Wow, okay. Oh, one of these places. Okay, I know what this is, yeah. Crack the code, we can get another pullback and look around. Alright, and of course there's usually damaged machinery over there. Life support is low. Let's check. So we'll use the oxygen this time. What do we got? Just more nanites. How are we doing on carbon? Hold on, before I start pulling it out. We need more. We need ferrite, and I keep forgetting to get some, so I'm gonna get some. Once our sentinel moves on. Okay. There's the opening. Okay, well, we'll go in here. Alright. Oh, got sodium out of that. I didn't need that. And silicon powder we didn't need. Let's do this. It's time to get rid of some stuff in my inventory, I think. I don't know about you guys, but...
Technology recharge.
That's for the next drop pod that we come across. I'm just playing it safe for now. We'll come back to this in a second. I think the upgrade charts are going to be useless to me, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those for now. There we go. I'll take up the one spot. Got 2 spots left. Okay. Where's the... Oh, literally standing right in front of it. Didn't realize it. Let's see. Decipher the code. They always just move digits around. That's all they're doing. So it's to be 3918. Nope. Already found. Okay, so that was useless to me. Which way's south? That's south. Let's look for anything else we can find. Stress beacon 7 hours away now, so we're under the 8-hour mark to find it. This way. Looking for more buildings that might be nearby. There's an idea. If anyone's... Oh, we got another unknown building down below. Okay, good. There's an idea, though. If anyone from Hello Games is listening. The idea is this. We have found ourselves a crash ship right there. If you find another terminal that allows you to look for a crash ship, you should be given the option to look for another, quote-unquote, crash ship. Would you like to find a different crash ship? Different. Yes, please. It gives us the opportunity to do so. I think that'll be a good thing. I think that would be a nice way to get around that particular problem. Alright, unknown building. We know what this one is, so we don't have to go there. Like I said, these buildings come in clusters, so you got to keep your eyes peeled. Let's get to the blue. There it is. I dare not hope it be a crash ship, because, yeah, that looks like a beacon at this point. Yeah, just a beacon. That's the reason why. It's because I don't think crash ships are showing up anymore the way they used to. I'm really concerned that that's not the case. Prove me wrong, please. I said the same thing about the glyphs, that I can't find any unknown graves. I have found one. How come I haven't found at least one more in 90,000 steps of walking? There's supposed to be at least 15 to 16 per planet, I would think. Where are they? So I still run into the idea that once you've found one, you walk out of the range of it, you're not going to find another. So that's the minor settlement. 3 hours away now. Cargo drop. Okay, let's keep going. Did we get the... No, let me get close enough to... There we go. Okay. Because hitting this is not going to do anything. See? Just gives me a restore point, that's all. Doesn't even give me anything else. Alright. So there's a couple things to bring up, right? Surge batteries, or give the signal booster the option to be able to find buildings without surge batteries. One of the two, I think, is really necessary. Even though we haven't reached 100,000 yet, this will likely be it. I don't think I'm going to continue because, you know, you reach the 93, 94,000 step mark, and to say, okay, we'll do one more episode is almost ridiculous at this point because we are literally not finding anything. You know, we find tons and tons of buildings. How many buildings have we been into? I don't even know at this point. I think we can check. It'll probably say buildings discovered is what my guess is. And it'll say that you've been into, you know, 500 buildings or something like that, so. Not even anything useful. Okay, so the cluster of buildings that we were at is gone, and we're moving on. And we are about 7.5 hours, I think, into this in game time. Whoa. Okay. The ground dropped down underneath me. That was kind of weird. Okay, buried cache. Yeah, why not? Let's check it out. Another exosuit expansion unit. We can find a drop pod now. That would be really, really handy. Just saying. Now would be the time to find a drop pod. You could go back to one before, but that's a long walk, so there's no use in doing so. Move forward is what we need to do. Okay, got some cadmium out of that one. That's actually one of the ones I wanted to get a little bit more of. Okay, let's see if we take a look from here.
Radiation protection falling.
It's probably another buried. I'm not too concerned about the buried caches at this point. I'm not going to go out of my way to find them. Needed ferrite, right? Looks like the same rock. Does anyone notice that? Since there's nobody around real quick, I'm going to do this.
Inventory full.
I don't know what my inventory is full about, but we'll find out. Because I know we don't have enough ferrite. Okay, let's take a look. 126 on the ferrite. Yeah, that. And I don't really need that.
Radiation protection falling.
Okay, that should be good. 152, halfway. Yeah, that's no problem. All right, what else? Radiation protection, right.
Technology
There we go.
recharge.
Let's take a peek and see where we're going. So we're looking south. Why? Up there. Must have been a glitch. Let's see. I thought I saw what looked like my ship icon. I'm like, what? Did I just come around the whole circumference of the planet? That wouldn't be surprising. Life support. We'll use you. There we go. There we go. That was a good one. Let's see here. Don't forget to look up once in a while, because, you know, could have some buildings up above. Oh. We are going to have to start collecting a little bit of oxygen on occasion, since our life support gels are empty. That is an unknown building. What do you know? So again, if the unknown building turns out to be a ship, then we'll know that, okay, that's what that is. It is unknown buildings, but just had really, really terrible luck at finding a crashed ship this time around. But if it doesn't turn out to be a crashed ship, then theory still reigns supreme. It's another plaque. Now more plaques and crashed ships or any other building, I think, personally. So we'll go ahead and hit it. Hello, animal. Okay, destination reached. Let's take a look around. And again, sometimes they come in clusters, sometimes not. It's worth looking. Okay, I don't see anything. Let's move on. Monoliths give nice rewards, but the relics don't give you much of anything except an ancient burial area, which in this case the last one it gave me was on another planet, so that didn't jettisoned. Things starting to show up all of a sudden. Okay. For the sake of our knowledge, we're at nearly 92,000 steps right now. And yes, I'm going to get as many steps in as I can. Because frankly, I'm just trying to get in shape. Transmission tower is what we got there. So we'll head towards that direction a little bit because we want to get in the... we want to stay within the ley line if we can. I think it's pretty wide.
Radiation protection
Oh,
falling.
what happened to it? Oh, it's all the way down there in a cave. I'm not worried about it. So I'll head to our left just a little bit as I slam into rocks and break my face shield and die. Transmission tower, good. Okay. Those things really do. Life support is falling. Hey, look. Gra. Strawberries. That's right. Strawberries. Take that. Oxygen used this time. Oh, okay, it's one of these. So, like I said, it would be great if it would give us the option if we went to a transmission tower. It would, hey, you want to find a different one? Yeah, please. Let's do that. And it looks like we got a crashed freighter over there, too. Fortunately, it is to my south, so we'll be able to check it out. And I'll probably go through it just for the sake of, hey, let's go through this and check it out. Let's just see what happens.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Okay, 353. See? Does not give you the option, so sucks. Let's just say. Okay, let's check out the freighter. We don't have any buildings nearby. We do have an unknown building, but it's for that. Because we got a sentinel there too. Okay, so I'm not even going to go there, to be honest with you. It's not worth it to me. Let's go check out the freighter and see what we get. Shall we? To me, it's a waste of time to head that direction, so...
Radiation protection falling.
Freighters do not show up. Okay? Freighters, crash freighters don't show up on your scanner. That much I know. But I don't know if they've decided to make that the same for all crashed ships, period. So, we'll see. Uh-oh. I was about to say that's gonna hurt. Okay. What's our inventory look like? We got 2 spots available. Right. One of the cargo containers are here. Unstable gel. Actually, worth quite a bit. Interesting. Let's get the other one over here. You know, there's not usually anything else you get from these. They're all valuable and cost a lot of money, but you're not spending a lot of them. So, is it really worth our time? No, it's not. Okay, south. That's east. That's south. Take a look around. Any buildings?
Radiation protection falling.
Let's go ahead and take care of that.
Technology recharge.
Back on track. I mean, ley lines, as far as ley lines are concerned, it looks like we have found that we're on a pretty decent one. But, you know, not finding a ship. I seem to recall I should go try to find that one video that I had, where I think I was doing No Starter Ship Challenge after one of the updates. And literally stumbled upon, I was trying to buy a ship, and I was gathering up, what do you call it, buried technology modules, like I just pointed out there to remind myself. And I literally walked right into a crashed ship nearby, an archive or something like that. And I was like, well, that's weird. Okay, great. I don't have to buy a ship after all. I can just repair this one and go. So, it's a thought. It's a thought, you know, honestly. I'm actually looking at the plants right now. Strawberry. That's what I was looking for. I think heptaloid wheat also gives you a bonus towards your shields. Okay, back to 50%. Did it grab it? Oh, it did. You jerk. I'm gonna go around the rocks because I was heading in that direction. Yep. That was a waste. But got a little extra grabberry out of it at least. Alright, let's take a look. That's south. There's a lot of stuff in this area, a lot of icons, and I'm trying to differentiate what's real, what isn't, what's necessary. Okay, let's go. I'm going to continue on with this theory. I'm not going to go to high places and look for ships. I am just going to continue on, continuing on. Okay. What do we got? Oh, what do we got up there? We got an unknown building up there. Let's go check it out. Trying to save the jetpack because we're about to use it to go all the way up this slope. And of course my run juice runs out at the same time. Hate when that happens. Okay. Because even though this is an extremely steep slope and it should allow me to jetpack all the way up it, for some reason it won't. Wait for it to recharge. Boy, annoying to have to do it this way. Still can't get up it. There we go. Wow, that was terrible. And it's a shelter. Okay. So, we have another building, but it's a shelter. Nothing can be seen from the distance. So, let's continuing on. Way south that way. Still 7 hours away. So this is it, buddy. You gotta make it. You gotta find a ship on the way, or else we're kind of down and out. I mean, we could conceivably find a portal, get to the portal, that is, and use the portal to go to another area of the galaxy. It'll take our broken ship with us, the one that we're not supposed to use, but is that really what we need to be doing?
Radiation protection falling.
No, dear. Hoping to get to a spot where it says, hey, covering. Stabilizing. That's what I was looking for. Okay, more nanites. So let's take a look. Since we're here, and we're in a kind of a pause area, we can take a look around and look for any other buildings. Found our shelter, but that wasn't good enough.
Technology recharge.
84%. Not 83, 84%. Just by the time you get it in there, you're at 83. How far away is that? 5 hours? Yeah. No, this is not a 5-hour recording.
Life support power low.
Okay, how we doing?
Technology
48, okay.
recharge.
Got 260, so we're down to 220. 210. There we go. Wanted to get up at least this slope here so we can take a look around. Lots of icons because we do have some caves nearby. But otherwise, I see nothing else. Now, let's get a look at where we are on the planet. I'm curious. Yeah, we started all the way up here, to be clear. We've walked about a half a hemisphere at this point. I do kind of hope for a drop pod at this point. I could use the room, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. All right, there we go. Let's take a look. Let's see. I think we came too far to have bypassed anything. Abandoned building is what we have. We may be off a little bit, so I think I'm going to head towards that direction to get lined back up again. uranium. Some later. We've got a couple batteries to go. I like the fact that you can see the building, so it automatically told me, hey, this is an abandoned building. I don't see any reason to go inside. It's not that kind of building. There's no, sentinels floating around or anything like that. So, not that kind of building I can get something out of. But we do have another one right in front of me, very close by. Take a look. Okay, don't see anything else. Let's check it. Looks like it might just be a... Yeah, it's just a ball. Good old trade ball, as I call them. Okay, let's go. We'll get close enough to at least deactivate the note on it. There we go. And that way we can take a look from here and see if we have any other buildings nearby. Again, clusters, we talked about it. I'm not going to discuss it again. South. Let's go. It's odd. Okay. Settlement 2 hours away. We can start heading that direction, I guess. I mean, it's not going to kill us at all. But we're not going to be here 2 hours, so... Oh, okay. Alright, looks like we got a building in front of us, 438. Let's see, check up above. Make sure we didn't run past any. Okay, good. Let's go. It says it's a new area, so it's most likely just a building of some sort. Yep, that's what it seems to be.
Radiation protection falling.
Maybe it's a shelter, we can jump in. Drop a battery in our hazard protection. Nope, just a campsite. Just a campsite. Okay, that's alright, we're lined up now. Again. Alright, let's see what we got. We got another building right there. Check that out. No other buildings I can see. Wait a minute. Nope. Battery. Getting close.
Technology recharge.
Okay. Okay, ran out of juice on the jetpack there. Another relic, or plaque, I mean. Isn't that amazing? Another plaque. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let it run out. Let's see. It's amazing how many plaques I've found. Alright, back this way. South we go. I don't see any buildings nearby, so on we go. Should do is we should be looking for a grub area like that. Need some life support. Nine that time. Nice.
Life support power low.
Because our life support power is going to be low soon, so. Settlement. Okay. South, we are. Okay. Okay, let's take a look. Unknown building. Very nice. Okay, we're good. Let's head there. But they're just a little bit faster this way. Whoops. Hello. What in the world? Stop damaging me. I'm landing calmly, and it still considers me hitting myself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Whatever. Okay. Alright, so this is just simply an abandoned building. Otherwise, we'd be seeing sentinels floating around it. It's not. So, let's see. So that's south. I don't see any other buildings. I think. A lot of icons there. Yep, let's go.
Radiation protection falling.
Okay. Let's see. Strawberry. Let's grab it. Get our life support boosted a little bit.
Technology recharge.
We're heading south. Southerly, in a southerly direction, I guess. Alright, let's see. Let's move on. And we're coming very close to our 1 hour mark on this particular episode, so we're gonna have to consider it. Whether we're gonna call it here or not, or whether we're gonna do just one more. Whoa. Love when that happens. Terrain hasn't quite filled in yet, and they like, let's drop a couple of hazardous plants right in this path. Swak. And they just drop. She's getting slapped around. They're just slapping you back and forth like a tennis ball. Love it. Ah, for Pete's sake. Come on. Give me a break here. Alright, what do we got? Nothing, I say. Nothing. How many steps are we? Let's find out. 96,500 steps. 3,500 steps to go. I think we're going to go ahead and see if we can get the 100,000 achievement. We'll do it now. I'm going to try to use my jetpack just a little less. 3,500 steps shouldn't take long at all. 15 minutes? What'd I say? It's 450 steps every minute. So in 10 minutes, you can go 4,500 steps if you just stick to steps. So we should be able to complete it in less than 10 minutes. We do have a building in front of us, and I will keep looking. I am not going to stop looking. I'm not giving up completely until we hit the 100,000. So this is going to be our last episode one way or the other. Well, if we happen to stumble across a ship. If we do, then obviously we will have to do one more episode of the jumping to the center of the galaxy. So, yeah, okay, we'll leave it there. Okay? So, I'm going to stick to steps, less jetpack, more steps. More cowbell. Yes, indeed. Take another look. As we're getting close to this building. Again, cluster, 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 just in case. I know. Slow going. Just use your jetpack. No, I'm not going to use my jetpack. Stop asking. We want to do this way. I might use the jetpack here. If that radiation stuff gets to me. No. Looks like it's going the other way. What do we got? Shelter.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright. Let's get to the shelter. Take a look. Well, while we're recharging, we'll look. Let's see. I don't see any buildings nearby. Above or below. Alright, off we go. I'll take a little bit of oxygen with us. I don't think we're going to need any more. Every time we recharge, we'll use our scanner. We'll look. Okay? That'll be a good way to do it. There we go. Recharging. Let's take a look. Unknown building. Oh, 620, huh? So maybe at about 625 is where the step is that you discover, or not discover, because I don't know if you can discover it further away. So it should take us about a minute and a half to get there. Recharge rate is agonizingly slow, sorry. 1 minute from this point. The fact that it indicates I'm in a new region indicates it's probably a building.
Radiation protection falling.
We're getting there. It'll be more steps than it tells because, you know, obviously the terrain is a little different. I'll take another look because we want to make sure there's no other buildings nearby. There's that building. It looks like it's a building, so. Because you can tell by the devices around it, usually that means it's a building. Yep, shelter. So we have ourselves another shelter. Okay. Close enough. We're recharging now. Let's go ahead and put our last battery in.
Technology recharge.
And take a look. Let's see. don't see anything. So let's move on. Check our step real quick. It just told us that, but that's okay. 98,000. We got 2,000 steps to go. Will we find a ship in the next 2,000 steps? Now, when I get to that point, I am going to take another look around. If there's a building, we'll do it one final building. The last gasp, if you will. I'm using my jetpack here because the slope's too steep. That's broken machinery, damaged machinery. Let's see, another building right there. Take a look. I'm going to hold still while I'm doing this. Don't see any other buildings. Let's hit that one. It's west of us. Not south, but that's okay. What endurance, right? What patience, if you will, to be able to get these things done. You hope for the best. It doesn't always work out. Perhaps in a great many ways, on a great many levels and planes. Through life and everything else, not just in games, guys. So. Machinery, buried technology. That's the only two things there. Okay, so could it be what we think it is? That was my oxygen. It is not. It is merely another shelter. Sadly, it is another shelter. No ship to be found. What do you normally find near a crashed ship? Besides a little comm ball and everything like that. Usually you find damaged machinery. But because it has a navigation point like this, it should show up as a building. So I really think that the problem is not the game, but me. I have just been unlucky enough that I could not find a ship. No matter what I did. That's our shelter right here. Alright, so south we go, but keeping in mind, this is it, guys. This is it. We are at how many steps? Let's check. 98,833. It is literally 3 minutes of walking. I'm not going to bother picking up any gra because we're done. As soon as it runs out, we'll take another look. And yes, I will look to the sides. Any buildings we'll check out. The final buildings, if you will. But this is it. Now, we couldn't do a deletion on the settings of the game if you die. Okay, so this is extreme survival is what we had to make this. We do have a building. We have a building. It's within range. That one I think we already found, right? Yes, okay. No buildings to our right, so we're going to head to the building. I know we've crossed over the 99,000 mark. We've stretched this out as long as we could, but without a ship, he's doomed to wander this planet forever. He can find that ship 7 hours away, but he won't. And because we got the chime indicating a new region, it indicates that this is probably And we got 2 buildings. I will find the second building as well. I'll hit the second one as well. I'm not going to give up completely. And it's going to be closer, so. The plant. I should be able to step over it. That's not important. Any buildings within range of hitting the goal, we will hit. But that's it. Right, this one we got to use the jetpack for. It's too steep a slope. There, just made it. Drop pod. We'll go ahead and do it.
Radiation protection falling.
We'll go ahead and do it. We're here. We'll need one of each of the other things, even though
Radiation protection
we do have extra.
stabilizing. Technology repaired.
Okay, and we'll just put it down there. I told you I wanted to fill those out, right? I'll put one up here. There we go. All right. So we have one building there that we're going to check out, and let me take a look. We got another building. Got another building over there. All right, we got 3 buildings. We have the possibility of finding 3 different buildings. All right, so I'm going to mark this one because it's the furthest away, and we're going to walk to this one, 349. That. Okay, let's go. Now we will hit the 100,000 while we're on our way, guaranteed.
Radiation protection falling.
I'm not going to worry about the radiation protection because we are literally, there's no use. Right there, right there. 191. So we'll be able to see it over the rise here, and then we'll turn around and go back to it. Unless it's a ship. If it's a ship, it's a ship. It is not. It is another plaque. Another ancient plaque. That would be fitting, wouldn't it? Let me take another look. Make sure there is not another building nearby. I do not see any. Okay, so this is it. This is going to be the last building. So unless we find a building within range of this one that we haven't visited yet, this is it. I guarantee you we're going to hit that 700, pardon me, that 100,000 here in just a moment. There it is. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, 100,000 steps without finding a ship. So there's the achievement. This looks like it's going to be it then. And again, we'll keep looking. I'll keep looking to see if there's any other buildings nearby. If there are not, of course there's another building nearby. Okay, let me just check here real quick. All right, so we have another building nearby. 77. Let me go around here because we're closer to this one, but we may lose sight of that one if we get too far away. So we reached 100,000, right? Let's just use the jetpack. Already got it, right? Building's right there. Okay, I'll mark it. This one's over here. And maybe as soon as we can see it. Very tech. Alright. Could be just another shelter, though. It is. It is another shelter. Okay, so we found one more shelter. No buildings from here, except for the one that we just found over this way. Let's go check it out.
Radiation protection falling.
We have sodium on us, so we have to. We'll just use a little bit of sodium. Yeah. I'm pointing at you too, because you both ran right in front. And it's a building. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me just get down there. Go. Take one more look. In all directions. I will check everywhere. There's a building we were just at, the shelter that we discovered. We found another building. 2 buildings. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I promised. I promised if there was more buildings, I would check them out. So I'm going to do it. We are going to use our jetpack. I'll go ahead and put some sodium in here.
Technology recharge.
There's our building. Be funny if there were more buildings nearby, but unbelievable. We found like 5, 6, 7 buildings all clustered around each other here.
Falling.
Right down there. Okay, let's take a look. Still can't see it. Isn't that stupid? It's probably another relic. Alright, looks like a campsite. That's all it is. Just a regular, ordinary campsite. Okay, so nothing special there. Let's go to the other one. Take a look around real quick because it's the agreement I had. I would keep looking before it came to an end. Alright, so we got one more building over here. Hilarious. Beacon. Just a beacon. And look at that, another building. A minor settlement. Let's go to the minor settlement, at least. Take a look from there. Unbelievable that we find a minor settlement as well. What's 8 buildings now? Said we would look when we ran out. We are looking as we run out. No buildings here. Okay. Ah, that'll work. Alright. One more time. Okay. This time I do not see any other buildings. Okay. So it is complete. Let's go inside.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Yeah. So that is it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have completed the challenge in the sense that we failed the challenge. That's all this is. 100,000 steps without finding a ship. We are literally 8 hours away from our, pardon me, broken starship. We can call it in if we wish, but it's just no use in doing so. So we have completed this particular video series. I thought it would be a lot shorter than it was, but it didn't turn out to be that way. So I want to thank you all for watching this. By all means, drop some comments in. I really am not going to continue this one. This planet has been awful to me in regards to it. So to continue this series would just be a torture at this point for all of us. So we'll call this one done. Thank you very much again for watching. We'll have it spread out between 2 weeks. So, you know, obviously you saw the last one last week. This one is the final episode. And then what we're going to do is start a new series. I haven't decided. It's probably going to be a stranded run. I think we're going to do here next. And I'll do it in several episodes and show how that's done. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about how the stranded run works and everything like that. And we're going to do it exactly by the book. We're going to use not the Nomad, the four-wheeled unit. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. But the Roamer, I think it's called. And we'll use it strictly. I like to use the Pilgrim. It's a little quicker, and I like the fact that it's a motorcycle, so it's pretty fun. But anyway, that is it for me. I want to thank you again for watching, and we will see you again next time, folks. Take care. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Thank you again for watching.